Morning, guys. How we feeling this morning? I'm going to try to be better today on this live than I have been performing recently. It's becoming very frustrating. Good morning, Savvy. Good morning, Mac, Dave, Khaled, Donna. We'll wait till we get some more people in here before I do any kind of analysis whatsoever. Today I am going to be looking for this 380 to 400 level to see if we can get above there and hold for more upside. I think on that, let's look at the daily here. Yeah, I think if we get above this level, longer term, we're probably looking at more upside into this 720 to 730 area is what I'm guessing. And we might have a little hold up here at the 500 level. But that seems to be what buyers want to get us back to. And it could be relatively quick if we do get above and hold that 380 to 400 level. Coming down to the 4 hour, yeah, you see much the same thing here. So once we get above these little wicks, it could be relatively rapid. There might be a little pause here at this we'll say 500 to 530 area, but it should be relatively rapid up into that 700 area, 650 to 700. I did say yesterday, good morning, Kate, by the way. I did say yesterday when Microsoft posted their earnings that they didn't miss. They actually were in line with expectations. So I expected a full recovery of that sell-off that we saw yesterday. And that's exactly what we're seeing. And actually, we've reclaimed that entire downside from yesterday currently. That being said, I do want to see a pullback before getting long, or a break and hold above this 400 in order to see more upside. So yeah, that's my plan for today. I'm going to be patient. We'll just hang out for a little bit. Let this first little half hour or so of the market open dictate. We do have news today. Obviously, it is FOMC day, 2 o'clock Eastern. I obviously won't be streaming during that time. However, there should be lots of opportunity today. And it could be kind of slow this morning, or range bound at least. My levels haven't changed a whole lot. You guys know I will not be executing at this 300 level. I want nothing to do with it still. Good morning, Matt. People are still filing in here, so yeah, Nimkins, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I will look for a hold down here, but I want nothing to do with any of this. We do have a big block up here at 400. I would expect them to sweep that. But if they leave that big block up there, that's a good potential target on any pullback. Nimkins, we'll try to get you your membership back. We will try. Annan is very defensive over his boxes. Anybody catch that long on the open last night? I did get long. I only held for 40 or so points just to lock a winner in after all the losing I've been doing lately. But that's the purpose of this live stream as well, is to hold yourself accountable. Donna, nice. Nice, Nimkins. Just so you guys can see, I am trading the same combine that I reset yesterday. A balance sits at 48,961. I haven't traded it. I'm going to take a look at what Albu has said today. Just getting caught up on everything here myself. So it looks like he's got 461 as his key level. I actually like this if we do see some selling here this morning for a buy area. Like his sell area was a pretty good call already. Good for 50 points currently. 40 points currently. Shout out to Albu. Guy does amazing work. I haven't seen him here in the chat, so I don't know if he's here yet. My hope is that we don't just blast through this 400 level and just keep running. I would kind of like to see a pop, come back and retest and hold before I get long. I'm not opposed to if we're holding this 220 level or 230 level or 210 for a long if we see it holding. But I'm going to be patient today. I'm going to try to trade how I normally would and not for entertainment value or being impatient. Yeah, Nimkins, it's volatile. But that's what kind of what we expected to see. I mean, guys, as we continue to get higher and higher on these indexes, the market likes to move in percentages. So, like I said in previous streams, what was 1% 3 years ago is no longer a 1% move. It's a lot bigger move. There's more points involved. And all that means is we have to execute a little bit better. We have to be more precise with our entries. We can't let things run against us too much. Nice, Mason. I know that feels good after yesterday's trading. Looks like they're moving. There's some block orders up here at 395 and 400. So that will be my target initially on any long. Yeah, Nimkins, I see the 300 buy. That's okay. I'm fine with missing it. It's okay to miss moves. It's okay to miss trades. On to the next. Current week's point of control is sitting here at 300 on the button, of course. Anybody do anything fun yesterday? Or did we just stare at the charts all day? I was in a meeting most of the afternoon with floor restoration people. They started tearing out the flooring in my basement finally. Yeah, Nimkins, it's I can't stress the importance of stepping away from the charts and resetting the mind. Going for a workout, going for a run, going to grab something to eat, going to hang out with your friends or family. No, Abu, it's not fun. It seems like it's just dragging on and probably will drag on for, you know, a few months. We all know how these construction projects go. We're at the mercy of other people's time and schedules. Any of you grab this 310 long? Yeah, Cade. It's I want nothing to do with that level. Looks like we're coming back up into this 400 currently, 380 to 400. I'd like to see a push through, like say up in here into the 420s, and then come back down and see if we can hold that level. Like I said, I'm hoping it doesn't just run away from us, or run away from me. See what happens here at 400. Nice, Ollie. Hitting personal best on your bench. That feels good. And Emkins Newswise. We'll take a look at it here. Yeah, I'm not expecting much here. Chicago PMI. I mean, you might see a little, but I don't know that it will drastically affect what price is doing currently. The big one's down here. FOMC. We'll finally decide if they decide to start cutting rates. Finally see if they do. See if Papa Powell can put a spark into this market. Nice little slap off 400. Thanks for being here, guys, by the way. All 14 of you. Yeah, Namkins, I'll continue to do it. I mean, obviously, if we're down, if we're dropping numbers consistently, we might need to adjust. I plan on doing it for the next few months at least. I don't know. I don't know if this thing's going to take off. I have zero expectation. I mean, there's hope that it does, but I'm not one of these loud, boisterous, highly emotional people either. So entertainment value-wise, I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure that a lot of people are going to want to watch me trade. We'll call this hashtag let's get Mason paid. How about that? Let's get Mason through college, or uni, as he calls it. I agree, Donna. The trading world is filled with know-it-alls. People doing things just for views. I don't ever intend on doing that. I mean, obviously, we'd like to... Yeah, Mason is from the UK. Yeah, or cars. Yeah, you'll never see me riding around in a Lamborghini. Don't get me wrong, I like nice cars. But I'm fairly modest. I drive a Jeep Grand Cherokee. And honestly, as long as myself and my family are taken care of, that's really all I care about money-wise. While it would be nice to have FU money, it's that's not the goal here. The goal is just to get better every day. No, Nimkins, I'm single. No children. Yeah, Donna, adulting is hard sometimes. Morning, Thomas. Welcome. When did I go pro? I don't consider myself a pro. I'm still very much an amateur at this, despite what many people say or think. Like I said, guys, I've only been doing this actively for 3 years. I've been looking at the markets for far longer, but I've only been actively trading for 3 years. I still have lots to learn. I'm never going to claim to be the best trader. I've said many times over, I'm probably a better analyst than I am a trader. Full time. Oh, let's see. When did I quit my job? So it was like a year and a half, 2 years ago, I want to say. Yeah, this is expected. I mean, we might just chop between 300 and 380 till FOMC. I hope not. I hope we get some movement. I'd like to be able to execute a trade, but I'm not just going to execute a trade like I did yesterday. Seemed like I set that limit order. I walked away for 10 minutes and came back, and it had blasted right through my limit order and took me out for a daily loss limit on the combine. Tenor, just really got tired of the 9 to 5. It was becoming boring and monotonous. I needed a spark, something different, needed a change. It was right around the time that I started becoming profitable and realized, hey, I'm making more doing this than I am at my full-time job. Let me try something new, try it out. It's worked out good so far. We'll put it that way. Fingers crossed it continues. Yeah, guys, just be careful in here. It's starting to consolidate right below 400. I have been looking online for lighting setups and and whatnot, so that you guys don't have to stare at my blinds the whole time while we're doing this as well. But I know nothing about lighting, so it'll be a trial and error kind of thing. I've never taken a photography class or done any video editing myself. Yeah, Nimkins, I remember you were a high fashion photographer, correct? I think I remember you saying that at some point during one of our conversations. Yeah, any suggestions on relatively cheap? I'm not looking to invest. I know lighting can get expensive, but I think having maybe even just a key light and a fill light would probably do wonders. I was even thinking about just going cheap and just having a green screen so that all you see is me on the charts and no background whatsoever. Nah, Nimkins, it's just consolidation. Oh, had a little latency there for a minute. Fingers crossed the internet doesn't go out like it did yesterday on us. You see buyers are trying to push this thing up above that 400 level currently over here on the heat map. There is still that big block order sitting there. I would have needed for it to run above 380 and have a big smack for it to be considered a rejection for me. I like push throughs. I like sweeps of those levels. Just like to this top side, this 14 points wasn't enough for me to consider it for the break and retest. This would be considered a rejection of 400 for me. And I guess every trader would define that differently, what they would consider a break and retest or a reclaim or a rejection. But like if this candle would close below 380, I would consider that a rejection of 380. Really a rejection of 400. 400 is the level for me today. But I'm definitely not taking a short up here. There's just too much buying going on. I mean, look at all this green on the heat map. But I need to get a winning trade on these lives. So I'm gonna wait for an A+ setup. Does that mean I want to sit in this combine forever? No. I'd like to get this combine over and done with, but for my psyche, I need to get a winning trade. What's up, Chase? Glad you're here. Yeah, Cade, you can always look at your lower, even lower than the 5 minute. 1 minute dojis, things like that are something that you can look for. You know, like right now, say we were looking for a long off this 380 level, I would like to see a rejection and reclaim over here on the 1 minute and for price to be holding this 380 level to engage in a long. Same thing on, say we're shorting the 400 level. You'd like to see us sweep above 20 or 25 points and then come back down and be holding below that 400 level. Yeah, Chase, all is well. All's good on my end. But really, Cade, to answer your question, the higher time frames are always going to reign supreme. Like, start on your daily, work your way down. You know, find where price has gravitated to a lot and how it's acted in the past at certain levels. And the targets are fairly easy to spot. At least in my opinion, they're fairly easy to spot. You know, when you've got 4, 5, 6 tests over a long period of time, you know that level is fairly important and you should have it marked on your charts. You know, that's an area of interest for larger institutions. And all we're trying to do is hop on their coattails. We're not trying to fight the market. Trying to ride that wave. Pretty solid hold there at 380. I'm gonna wait for this thing to break clean above 400 and come back and retest it and see if it holds. But it looks like that's what we're trying to do here. But I'm not going to get chopped up between 380 and 400 either. My entry will be slightly above 400. Okay, we're getting that push. It's doing what we want it to. Okay, there's the push to 420s. Now, if we can come back down and hold 400, I will punch long here. I'm going to give it some good risk. I do want it to come back. I don't want this thing just to run away from me. I'm not going to chase it. And if it doesn't hold 400, I won't take the trade. Let's see what we got higher here. So we still got bigger blocks up there into the 50s. All right, we're punching. I can only make 1,500 on this, so I'm gonna give this fairly wide stop. Something like that. In fact, let's pull this up. We saw those blocks up there at 50. Let's go. Let's shoot for something like, let's just go for 60, just shy of 60. All right, now we sit back. Hopefully we can get that push. There we go. That's what we want to see. See how we react at 440 here. I would like it to keep going. I'm watching ES. ES is at a resistance level. Should probably not let this thing come all the way back on me. This is exactly what we want to see. I do have to watch this here. We do want the continued move. I don't like ES not being able to break through that resistance. I'm starting to see it slow up. I'm going to try to hang in there. But risk is off at this point, so yeah, this is where you don't want to be watching your P&L. Watching those $300 swings. Where do we have liquidity resting? Got a lot in here at 450. It should sweep up into that. I'd like to push up through 450. In fact, I really don't want to see below 420 anymore. Something like that. Yeah, Chase, this is this is more like how I typically trade. I realize what you guys have seen live has not been ideal. All right, we're getting that push. Should sweep 450s. I'm not going to let this thing come all the way back on me. Move this to the top of this wick. At this point, since we did see those block orders there at 450, we're going to lock in at least $400. Stopped out. All right. So that was a $395 trade. And it didn't go to target, but that's okay, and it might still go to target. Just feels good to actually have a winner. been doing a lot of losing on these live streams lately, so. So close to target, too. Thanks, Dave. Just needed a base hit. I'm not opposed to hitting it again if it holds 400 if we come back down in that area. I don't know that we do. It might hold up and just push through. Thanks, Thomas. It was a solid trade. It was a solid trade. We got, what, 19 points out of that? I think it ran up as high as, I don't know, 40 points. So I locked in 50% on the max run up. Still got about 17 minutes till initial balance is set. Yeah, Donna, lock in profits. I mean, when you're trying to build a smaller account or you're on these combines, go ahead and lock it in. Especially if you're trading Apex accounts, Apex evaluations. There's no reason to let anything run back on you more than 10 points, really, if you're trading those smaller accounts with Apex. Oh, we got a 100 block here at 27. Just got filled. What's up, Annan? You working today? Tell Hannah to give your box membership back. Well, and I've only caught one trade so far, but luckily it was a winner and a much needed one. My mental has taken a hit with these live streams. But I had a plan and I stuck to it this time, and it worked out. I kind of want price to come back to 400 again. Let's see if we hold it. I mean, we're looking at a fairly clean break and retest. Even over here on the 1 minute, you can see that was the reason I took the trade, was we broke 400, came back, retest, and held. Yeah, Nimkins, I agree. I like a 405. You know, at this point, you'd only be risking 10 points. Down here, well, 15 points. I would say you wouldn't want it below 390. But it's the morning of FOMC, so I don't know that I expect any really drastic moves, especially after the big buy up overnight. Wait, Annan, you're long? You have a long bias today? Oh, this is new. It's a new man, everybody. New man. Yeah, new Manon. Yeah, that's nice, Chuck. Well, I didn't get as deep of a pullback as I wanted to see. If I was trading a larger account or had a little more drawdown, that's a trade that I normally would let play out. And there would have been my full target. But because, A, I needed to lock in a winner. And B, my psyche just hasn't been there on these live streams. Been doing it off stream, but on the lives I've been underperforming. Which is very frustrating. Yeah, Albu, we could very easily see a 4, 5, 6% up day. Very easily. Like I said, that 19,700 level is within reach. I mean, we're already starting to do that straight up move to retrace this. I mean, we might see a little stall here at that 500 level, but I would expect at some point this week us to be trading at 19,700, 730, somewhere in there. Yeah, ES is pushing 55, 60. Yeah, I'd like a bigger pullback than what we've seen. Like I said, that 400 long looks really good to me. Wish I was doing it on my XFA. I would have held that. I'd have held that all day probably. Well, I would have held it till 1 o'clock. Not going to hold it through FOMC, but still a lot of liquidity to the top side. Now you got a big block up here at 500 level. 500 psych level. So there's no reason why we don't continue to slow grind up. But I need to see a pullback before I can get long at this point. And I don't know if 440 is even deep enough for me. Got about 7 minutes before initial balance is set. Let's see, IBL is probably not getting tapped at all. Here at 311. Here, I'll put it on my chart so that you guys can see it. I'd love for this 400 pullback, providing we hold that level. You know, come back here and grab some of all this for the push up here into 500. Whether we get that or not is an entirely different story. ES rejecting 55.60 currently. I'm going to be patient today and just wait to trade my plan. I'm not going to be getting in and out of trades or trying to force things. Been doing a little bit too much of that lately. Yeah, Dave, FOMC is just, it's a wild day, no matter what's going on. I mean, trading it doesn't scare me as much as it used to, but you definitely can get wrecked if you're not careful. All right. Let's see if ES comes down here and tests this. 55.48. Should pull NQ back into 400. Hopefully. It's going to be really hard for me to hop on the long if we don't get a bigger pullback than what we're seeing here. I would still consider this a break of 400 and a retest. Just for reference. For Cade, you were asking earlier what constitutes. This would still be considered a break and retest for me of 400. And you're looking for 360 down here at point of control. Yeah. I mean, we're holding up though currently. I mean, we just reclaimed 440. You might get that continued push up there into 500. I'm not taking it, but I'm not taking a 440 long. What's point of control? Yes, I know. I know we trade boxes. Volume profile. It's the midpoint. That's what point of control is. See our volume profile. The weekly basically has rejected the weekly value area high of the current week is what we did there. You only speak in boxes? Okay. I'll remember that. Yeah, and I'll get speaking of which, I'll start to look into how to getting multiple cameras and the ability to show your charts on my live stream so that we can get a box battle going here live at some point. The OGs all probably remember mine and Annan's box battles over in Good Gains. They were always pretty entertaining. I had a good time with them. Yep, those were the good old days. Those were the good old days. Looks like we're not gonna get that pullback, guys. This is starting to look a little boosty. Oh, little latency. There's the dad joke out of Dave. I'm writing a book on reverse psychology. Please don't buy it. That's funny. Yeah, guys, if you could, hit that thumbs up. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of this week. That was mine and Mason's goal. We've really done very little marketing and promotion on our end. So it's actually amazing that we're even at the subscriber count that we're at 1 week in. We are pumping. Well, Kern, I think your call out of that 500 level is within reach. Looks like the 440 buy was the play. That's so hard to buy up there, though. Yeah, guys, leave comments too. They help. I read all of them. All right, IBH is set. We just ran IBH. Here, I'll put that on my charts too for you. I think that's IBH. Yeah, that's IBH. Oh boy, Anna, you're gonna take this short up here? You're stepping in front of the freight train, my man. Stepping in front of the freight train. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna step in front of that train. No way. There is way too much going on. Like I said, guys, this could be straight up. I mean, we were fairly straight up when we went through it the first time. We were fairly straight down. There's just not enough volume in these levels, and that's why you see the moves that you see. Dave, let's see. What's the 15-minute saying? You're talking about this? Yeah, I mean that's a good. I still wanted lower. I would have preferred it to come down here and test this wick rather than the top of that red candle, but it's okay. We're gonna miss trades. I'm only looking for, like I said, 3 to 5 trades a day max. Honestly, I'd prefer 1 trade a day max. I prefer to catch the top or the bottom of the day and just let it ride. I'm just not that good of a trader yet. I always tell people I'm a better analyst than I am a trader. I'm pretty good at seeing things pre-market. My plans generally, one side or the other plays out. I try to see both sides of the equation, but my execution of the plan is not always the greatest. I definitely need to be better. Definitely need to trust trust my analysis a little bit more as well. And I'm not that good of a trader. I've proven it on these live streams. I've proven it. I still have a lot of work to do. Actually, the work never ends in this game. That's what makes it fun. It's challenging. That's why we do it. It's one of the hardest jobs in the world. Yeah, I agree, Donna. If you're still in this thing a couple years down the line and haven't quit or given up, you're a real one. But the work never ends. The learning never ends. And that's what keeps us coming back. Well, that and the massive amount of money we could make. I mean, how long was I in that trade earlier? You know, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, maybe. $395 in 5 minutes. Sure. Sure. Yeah, or lose all your parents' money in some cases, I suppose. Well, Kern, here comes that push. See if we get through this 500 level. If we do, it's more upside, guys. I mean, it is more upside. Kern, you do you, I guess. I don't know how to respond to that chat. Yeah, that read was fairly easy. I mean, we've seen on any news release recently though, even if it was a bad print, it seemed like the market has been pumping on news lately. So when I saw the sell-off that we saw yesterday, I knew when those numbers posted, when they were in line, that we were going to recover at least that downside that we saw end of day. Did I know we were going to recover the whole move and continue to grind higher? No, I didn't know that with 100% certainty, but I did know that once we broke that 380 to 400 level, that it could be fairly quick back up through. Just technical analysis shows you there's a big volume void in this whole area. So it's going to be fairly rapid back up through and straight through. And that level that you called out at 500 is really the only stopping point that I can see here on this move, where there might be some sort of holdup. I don't know why everybody likes seeing tickers die. I mean, I would assume most of us have an IRA or a Roth IRA or some sort of investment portfolio. Your investment portfolios don't want those tickers to die, so why do you? Unless you're just in it for the quick money. I mean, there's 100 years of evidence, over 100 years of evidence, saying that the stock market goes up. More money gets funneled in, more people invest. Every dip is just a buying opportunity. Yeah, exactly. Every dip is just another buying opportunity. Chase, at this point, I'm not sure. I mean, I would like a little pull. I would like a big pullback. I don't know if we get all the way back down here to 360. That'd be nice if we did. But honestly, if we get below 400, 380 to 400, I would expect us to come back here and test VWAP around 300, a little above 300. You know, that level that I hate. And at that point, I will end the stream and be done. Because if we're just going to chop 300 going into FOMC, I want nothing to do with it. How we doing today, guys? We green? Anybody try to short this? Step in front of this train and short it? Yeah, I don't trust the 440. I want 400 again. I mean, higher time frame. You're printing that hammer on that bearish hammer on the 15-minute currently. So unless buyers can boost up or below IBH, I would want this 400, 380 to 400. I would also expect things to start slowing down here as well. Especially after London close here in 45 minutes. Nice, Dave. Kate, I'm sorry to hear that, bud. It's all right. You'll get it back. Markets will be there tomorrow. Alright, I'm going to turn this into support for the meantime. I don't view it as anything. We could chop here for a little bit. Nimkins. I mean, these are really the two levels. There just happens to have been a reaction here at this point. But if you grab that mid 40s long, I mean, you're up 20 points right now. So it's a nice little scalp. If you traded your plan, I saw you call it out. I mean, Nimkins, you're starting to see things. really well. Massive improvements over the last couple months. Yeah, Cade, you're in the right spot. You're in the right spot. This is a pretty good group, pretty good community that we've built. We were very selective about who we invited into the Discord, who we've included beginning this thing. There's a good mix of traders. There's beginning traders. There's, you know, traders that are just getting to the point where they're break even, and then there's really good traders in the group. And I think that mixture is what will help us all get better. Because even a really good trader has lots to learn. And how do they learn? They learn by teaching others. They're going to make mistakes. There's no trader out there. If you're paying attention on YouTube and these guys say they've got 98% win rate with their strategy or 95% win rate with their strategy, they're lying. They're lying. Plain and simple. I mean, my hit rate, my win rate is just above, it's probably in 75 to 80% is my win rate. I don't do any advanced journaling, so yeah, of course. Everybody that's a member in that Discord was handpicked and selected, and it was well thought out. And, yeah, you're frustrated about that 440 to 460 box, aren't you, Hannon? That box has been there for a long time. All this stuff down below has been on my charts for a long time. And you will continue to see it as we grind down. If we were to keep falling lower, price more than likely will bounce at these levels. There will be some sort of reaction. That's why people like trading like oil or CL futures, because the levels have been there for years and years and years and years. You know, there's lots of evidence about what price will want to do when it gets to certain levels. Matt, what's your you're a member on Discord, Matt? Like you have a profile and everything set up? If so, I'll have either Mason or Kern send you an invite. Yeah, it's a good group in there. There's really good traders in there that you want to pay attention to, that you want to pick up things from. The Black Dog Man. Here, I got you. Give me 1 second. All right, Matt, I just sent you the link or the invite. If you haven't joined yet, go ahead and join. It's a really great community. We're all there to support each other, help each other out. We all want to get better. Well, guys, I'm waiting to see if this 400 level gets traded here. If it does, I might take one more trade. If not, I'll probably end the stream for now. You got your disguise on? You're a bull today? Well, you're a bull until FOMC at least. At that point, we're not going to go in with any sort of bias. I mean, because in reality, we're barely trading above the weekly range. So this could just be trapping buyers up here and come right back down into this range. And you better you better be careful. If they lower interest rates, this thing's going to the moon. To the moon. No, Chase, I'm not. Not currently. I've only taken one trade today. I was long off a hold of 400 earlier. I locked in 19, 20 points, something like that. Oh, yeah, Alex. I mean, if they reduce interest rates, I don't think it's going to happen today. But if they do, look out. I mean, we're at least reclaiming 20K. Oh, yeah. Yeah, longer term outlook. Yeah, I agree. I agree. You're just going to see more money being forked into the markets. And I'm not front running anything. I want to see 400 get traded again. 380 to 400. Yeah, I don't think they're cutting rates today either. Well, and in 400 is the level they gotta hold. I don't know if I don't know that we ever see 360 today. Well, at least not till FOMC. I mean, ES currently just held 55.50. If it continues to hold 55.50, we're not going to see 19,360. I'm not going to I'm not going to entertain that comment. I don't know what the market's going to do with 100% certainty. I realize there is evidence to say otherwise with my prior pre-market analysis, but I don't know with 100% certainty what the market is going to do. Nobody does. Can we say what we think is going to happen if XYZ happens? Yes. Nipkins, no. Nima, I'm not. I'm not lying. I am wrong. I mean, have you watched my live streams over the past, well, over the past week? Clearly, I don't know what's going on. I'm flattered that you all have that much faith in me. Makes me feel good. Oh, you think I was faking the previous week of live stream trading? I wish that were the case. I wish that were the case. All right, guys, it's looking like this thing is starting to slow down. I'm probably going to hop off here. So it was a one and done kind of day for me on this combine, but it feels good to lock in a winner. I needed it. The account now sits at $49,352. We locked in a $395 day, and that felt good. I'm going to take that, chalk that up, and it was a good mental psyche boost for me. I will be in the Discord. I will be watching FOMC. I will be trading still today, but it's looking like we might chop out here at this 440 to 460 level, and I'm gonna go get something to eat. Let's face it, I'm hungry. So enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Stay safe, trade patiently, wait for the levels, and execute. I'll see y'all in the morning. Peace.